Yeah, keeping my fingers crossed. Um, so if anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. I'm not getting any power to the iPad right now for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I have another adapter in the car.
uh, well,
Do you think you're...
I've tried. Well, maybe. I mean, do you have an iPad or a? So I've tried three different adapters right now. Like I'm going directly from the from this to this. Um, anyway, I've tried all sorts of different combinations. We could try, but I'm already live.
Oh, okay.
If that helps. You know what we should do for these services? We should record the console, and then we can play that while that's going on. Right now you can hear it. Whenever we do services here, we can't hear them. Yeah.
So yeah, if we have a recording of the concert,
We can play it here, and at least people know that the service is starting.
Gilbert is doing.
I'll be on that middle camera. If you need something else, both my cameras are in use, so you're gonna have to do the hand wave. And with that middle camera, I'm gonna basically just try to get a dynamic focus on wherever.
we'll be starting shortly, so please take your seats. Good morning and Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. It's a cold but beautiful sunny day, so hopefully we all start the year on a good note. I'm Larry Honda. I'm your chairperson for today, as well as your outgoing president. So that's why I'm smiling from ear to ear. We'll start today's service with sutra chanting Sanbujo and then followed by Sanbutsuge. Sanbutsuge is in your program. And then, oh yeah. By the way, there's an extra piece of paper along with the programs out there. So we didn't have the three treasures listed on the program. So when the three treasures follows later in the program, you can grab one of these, okay?
성악구다이 안 배우는 집보 가이몬 쇼진 삼마이 지에 이동음으려 슈쇼케 우진 나이 센넨 쇼문 호가이 군진진 응엉아이 타이무며 영문음 세손녀문 인노시심 진농음은요 풍응어나이 지혜짐며 보며 이소 신너나이 생각나사뭇 나이 쇼호 아노쇼짐 미풍케 난부세조임 가인인 쇼진 요새 삼마이 지혜 인조 거세 동음으트 흥여 신간 이사인 궁어 이사다이안 대시 음으트 양우센 농음은 문여나이 쇼순영원자 그여 이사이 신도쇼문 은영은 어켄쇼분야 인영원자 쇼문 생아이 어풍앙에 무슈센노 도묘시쇼헨시쇼모 연세쇼진 이진난요 영아사무승옹노다이 너슈킴여 너조조센 고군요 나이 온님의 도서 가토 아이민도 난 이사이 집보라이 쇼신냄 쇼조 이통아 공케라구 안몬 몸은 심여 히링 쇼쇼요 짐마세 손치에멍에 여려시손 징아신요 개려신심 셔군노훈축 망여쇼진 닌주흥에 나만 남음 안니싱원 동음 연어세이사이 도나이신 원조 나만나 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 나만나
Okay, now we'll have Oshoko by representatives of the Betsuin. So please gather in the back if you're one of those people. We'll start with Cub Scout Pack 611. Boy Scout Troop 611. Daisy Troop. Brownie Troop. Junior Girl Scout Troop. Cadet Troop. Senior Girl Scout Ambassador Troop. Lotus Preschool. Morgan Hill Dharma School. San Jose Dharma School. San Jose Junior YBA. DSPO. BWA. ABBA. Morgan Hill, Hawaii Kai. And San Jose Betsuin. Thank you. Okay, now we will have Gatha, I'm a Link, and the Golden Chain, which is on the back side of your program, followed by the Three Treasures, led by Reverend Mikame. That is not in your program, so that is on the laminated sheet that was also in the back.
And please rise for singing Gatha, I'm Link in the Golden Chain. I'm a link in a golden chain. Harmony may we all attain. Gentle to living things will unite us all as golden rings. I'm remain standing for reading of Three Treasures, which is printed on this card. Okay. Three treasures. How is it to born into human life? Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be free from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into yourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken ourselves of spring will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of doctrine and gaze wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, your life or harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, free from the bondage for selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, how is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine? Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Please join me. Show. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
We will now have Dharma messages by Reverend Mikame and Rinban Sakamoto.
Morning. And a Happy New Year. Thank you very much for being here and watching this at home. Okay. In Jodo Shinshu, we have a special New Year's service called Shushoe. This service is called Shushoe. Can you say that? Shushoe. Yes, Shushoe. Yes. Shusho means making adjustment in Japanese. So this service is a time to look back on our lives and adjust the direction of how we live. And just like a rocket making course correction to stay on track to its destination. So Shishoe helps us reflect and make sure we are walking the right path through the Pure Land, the Buddha's world. Do you have something you'd like to adjust as the New Year's begins? Every year, I tell myself, oh, this year I do this, and I truly try to try new things, but I often can't keep it up. Before I know it, I get caught up in a fun and easy kind of distractions, and ended up going in a completely different direction from where I started. Since I came here in the United States, I've been enjoying delicious food, but I've also had fewer opportunities to exercise. I've gained weight. So yeah, to lose weight, I've been trying to wake up early in the morning and use a treadmill in my apartment's gym. However, recently it's been really cold, so cold that I found it hard to get out of bed. Do you have a same kind of problem? And in that moment, like that, I make excuses to myself, like, oh, I went to bed last night. I went to bed late last night, so I should sleep in. And then this morning, again, I had planned to get up and walk, but I ended up going back to sleep, using the cold weather, and stayed up late as excuses. For someone like me, who tend to be lenient with myself, disciplining myself on their own only ends up being convenient for me. Sometimes I don't even know where I am or where I'm heading, and feel completely lost. So that's why what it's like to live in a confusion or delusion. But even when I'm lost, the Buddha embraces me conditionally and all the time, and promises to guide me without fail to Pure Land, Buddha's land. So during the Shoshinge, through the Shoshinge, we can notice our hearts, which often only think about what's easy or fun for us, and reflect on the Buddha's Dharma. So it's a chance to figure out where we are now and adjust direction of our lives. So I hope we can continue to live each day with care throughout this year and seeking the guidance from the Buddha Dharma together. So let me say a few words in Japanese. この浄土真宗の新年のサービスのことを主称へというふうに言います。主称へというのは自分のこの人生を見直して正しい方向へ舵を取るための大切な時間とね見なされています。それはまるで宇宙ロケットが目的地に向かう途中で軌道修正をするのと似ていると思います。ですから主称へというのは修正と書いて主称へと読むんですね。で主称へはその年の初めに自分の生き方を見直してこの仏様の国お浄土への道を歩むための舵取りをね行う、そんな仏事と考えられます。皆さんはねこの1年初めに軌道修正したいことあるでしょうか。私は毎年今年こそこれ頑張るぞっていうふうにね新しいことに挑戦しようとするんですけれども、なかなかね続かずに気づけば目の前の楽しいこととか楽な方にね流されて、本来期待してたのとは全く違う方向へ行くことがよくあります。時には自分がねどこにいるのかどこに向かっているのかさえわからない、軌道修正どころじゃなくてそんな迷子になるようなね気持ちになることもあります。それが迷いの私の姿なんだと思います。その私の迷いの中にいる私を仏様というのは無条件に抱き取って間違いなくお浄土に導くよというふうにね誓ってくださっています。この主称へというのはその自分勝手な方向に流れていきがちな私に気づいて仏様の教えに照らされて自分の命の現在地今ここっていうところを確認してこれからの生き方のね舵を取り直していける、そういう場になればなというふうに願っています。今年もよろしくお願いいたします。Thank you for listening. I'd like to conclude my message with saying Namo Amida Butsu with Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Good morning. Happy New Year. It's good to see all of you here on this crisp New Year's Day here in our annex building, gathering together for this first service of the new year. When we gather together like this, we also kind of remember things of the past, things that we used to do, how we used to gather together, how we celebrated these occasions. New Year's, we just went through Christmas. I was thinking, when I was very young, the home that we lived in, this is growing up in Hawaii, we had neighbors that were very close. Not like today. It was more, the homes were not so isolated. They were kind of integrated, not with each other, but the fence line was something just a fence there, and we would jump across the fence all the time, visiting friends' homes. One of the things that I remember as a Christmas present was a Cessna prop gas. What was it called? It was one of these airplanes that you could start up and you could fly. Not like today where you have remote RC airplanes and you fly on remote. This was on a string, so we were flying by wire, and it would just go in circles. And I remember, when you start them up, it's kind of dangerous because you have to use your finger to turn the prop. And there was, do anybody remember these? Oh, just the old guys. Very little hair or no hair people like myself. Yeah, and so when I got this, it was a plastic Cessna, and it had it wasn't a 49, it was like a 26 or something. There were different size motors that were attached to these, and you would fly. I forget what the fuel that we used. I don't think it was kerosene. It was something close to that, though, that we used to use to fill in the tanks. The tank had a fuel line that would connect to the motor, and you start that motor up. And to start that motor up, you use your finger to turn the prop. And if you left your finger there too long, of course, you get it hit by this prop. So you have to be careful. And I remember when I got this, I was so happy. I went out onto the front porch, and I took out all of the parts and assembled it and put it together. And I was out there Christmas morning, and I started up my plane. And these are not quiet things. It goes a couple times, you hit the propeller, go, brr, brr. It was really loud. I think I woke up all the neighbors in the neighborhood. But it was fun. One of these memories that I have of growing up. Of those times, we used to, of course, come to the temple Sunday mornings. And my father used to garden on Sunday mornings. So one of the things that I remember quite well, I still remember to this time, is the smell of fresh cut grass. Walking, leaving home on the way to the temple, and it was walking distance. The temple from our home, it was just up the block, a couple blocks to get there. And I still remember that the smell of fresh cut grass. It's something that I think they say that the memories that you have, your smell memory is probably the most long-lasting memories that you have. There are a lot of things that we go through, but probably our smell memory is probably the most long-lasting. And I believe that because the smell of the fresh cut grass going off to Dharma school is something that I still have with me. And at that time, going to Dharma school, we walked along a dirt path. This sounds real rural, but it was in Honolulu before the university area that we grew up in was developed. The home is still there. Maybe 10 years ago when I went, it was still there. It's a very old house now. But we used to walk along this dirt trail as we went to a Dharma school through this, well, not trail, I should say, a dirt road that took us to the temple. And there we gathered together as we do this morning, sharing our experiences, listening to the Dharma. I was telling Mas, one of the songs that he was playing earlier this morning was Quest of Life. And it was one of those gathas that I remember we used to sing. And when I was in a choir growing up, we used to sing that gatha. So it must be at least in the 70s when that gatha was composed. And Mas was playing that this morning and thinking about those times that being a part of the choir, singing these songs, being introduced to what was then a new gatha, and having fun with the other members of the choir. It was like our junior choir. We had a lot of young people part of this choir. But we used to gather together and learn new songs and share these gathas. But growing up, this is what going to the temple was like for me. And remembering now as we gather together this morning, there are now these memories that are memories that, 10 years, 20 years from now, hopefully you will remember, and it will be a part of your experience, your life here at the temple. And that life, hopefully, is a life that being a part of a temple that where Jodo Shinshu is kind of explored and learned about, experienced, that this Jodo Shinshu, the teachings of Shinran Shonin, will hopefully will seep into your life, become a part of how you understand and see the world. Perhaps not as this is what Shinran would do, or this is what I should do because of the Nembutsu, but rather that it is a part of who you are. A life of, Kenji Sensei says, a part of a life of gratitude, that this is essential to who we are as Jodo Shinshu, people of Jodo Shinshu. A life of gratitude for all of the things that we are able to experience. These memories that I have are a part of who I am. They are not simply things of the past, but they are experiences that have shaped or continue to influence the way that I appreciate the world. This morning, one of the reasons I started thinking about this cut grass, our grounds now, what do you call them? The people who come and do our lawns, they were here this morning cutting our lawn out front. If you go out this later on today, you see that the lawn has been freshly cut because our gardeners, that's who they are. Gardeners were here this morning cutting our lawn. I was going to go out and tell them, you have to, that's okay. But this is New Year's, you should go home. But they're out on our lawn, cutting our front lawn. But these memories, these experiences shape who we are. And Jodo Shinshu, our understanding and our appreciation of what Shinran shared with us is a part of who we are. Just coming to the temple, hearing the Dharma message, being in company of friends, learning new things, making new friends. This life is a life of Jodo Shinshu, being together, sharing with one another our experiences. It's not how we understand or what we remember of the teachings, but it's how we live our life that makes us who we are. And a part of that is our life here at the temple. Thank you very much for all that you have done this past year. I hope that this new year we'll continue to gather together to share our appreciation of the teachings of the Buddha. I want to also thank all of you for the support that we've received from the office staff who have, who run our programs, who run our, make sure that what we have to take care of gets done. But we also have, our ministerial staff with Minister Assistant Dennis Akizuki. Sumi Tanabe, unfortunately, was unable to join us this morning. And then Reverend Michael Jones, who recently completed his Kyoshi certification. So he was a part of our program that was completed in December that allows him to formally certifies him to teach Jodo Shinshu. This is now able to go out and to share his appreciation of the teachings of the Buddha. And of course, Mikame Sensei, who has been with us since 2019. We're talking about earlier this morning that it's been 5 years since she arrived. We, in the past year, have been faced with her visa. And some of you may know that because of circumstances, she was unable to renew her visa earlier well, last year when it expired in April of last year. But we were, through Matt Ogawa's contact, some of you may remember, we tried to have a petition and present this petition to our congressperson, Zoe Lofgren, but she was unable to do anything because of the regulations of the government regulations. She was unable to change that circumstance. So Mikami Sensei, for the past almost year and a half, her visa status has been uncertain. Hopefully, in the next couple weeks, we'll be able to have a sense of relief knowing that Mikami Sensei's application or petition for visa will be approved. Imada Sensei of Lodi was in a similar situation, and he received confirmation of his petition for an L1B visa was approved about a week ago, and we're just waiting for notification from the government that Mikami Sensei's, and both Mikami Sensei and Imada Sensei were in exactly the same circumstances, and so I think it's just a matter of administration, but that we hope that within the next couple of weeks, her visa will also be approved. But that's our staff and the help that and assistance, support that we receive from each of you is truly appreciated, and we want to thank you very much for that. We look forward to another year in which we'll be able to continue to deepen our appreciation of the Nembutsu, to hear again the importance of being together in our community, sharing our lives, growing up together, forming the foundation on which our lives are rest. Again, thank you very much, everyone. Please have a good, happy New Year. Please join in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo.
Thank you, Rinban and Reverend Mikame. Now it's my honor to call up your incoming president for this next year, Mr. Stephen Onishi.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Akimashite omedetou gozaimasu. Wow, you guys probably think I speak Japanese. I think that's about it. Well, it's probably surprising a lot of people, but I'm back. For those of you who don't know, I was president a few years ago before Larry, but I had a very unique presidency because it basically occurred during the pandemic. So we were essentially shut down. We continued to maintain all the different activities that we could, but again, we were in a pandemic at that point. So Larry came out, and that was right at the time we were emerging from the pandemic. And so he was able to restart stuff again here back at the church, get us more involved in things, for all those kind of things. I'm very thankful to Larry for the job that he did for 2 years. But I guess they weren't tired of me, so they made me come back. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's going to be a great year. I think it's going to be an interesting year, but it's going to be a fantastic year. Like I said, Larry's built up a lot of activities. A lot of you have been coming to these different things back at the church. It's a fantastic feeling to see people here having a good time, conversing, sharing a meal. It's been a lot of fun. But in addition to that, he's got us more involved in some of the Japantown activities. For instance, this was the second year we did a Japantown curry cook-off. I think that was a lot of fun. Stuff like that to kind of integrate us back with the rest of the Japantown. This is also the last year this year we had a Japantown-wide Kato Kai. So we had people from Cato, from the Wesley's Church, from UICI, and from our own church here. And again, it was a big community event, and I think people were very excited about doing that. So we will continue to go down that path. We expect to do more, hope to do more things, especially within the whole community here. Something that we've also started in the past, a few years ago, we started showing movies occasionally. Different movies, fortunately we have a nice facility here to show movies, and we will continue that going forward. And I think Reiko calls it the San Jose Buddhist Church, what does she call it? Betsuin Community Cinema. Thank you, there we go. So look out for those. We'll have our next one will be actually at the beginning of February. It's a showing of an old Japanese movie, Hirohata. I've never seen it myself. Seems like a lot of people have seen it, but it's making a comeback here, and so we'll be showing those kinds of things. So expect to see a lot of that kind of stuff. But further on this year, there's other things. It's going to be a big year, and so like I said, we're trying to do more activities. If people have ideas on things that you think that we could be involved in, please let me know, and we'll see what we can do. But the other part of that is we need some people to step up and help us volunteer to do some of these things, right? It takes a lot of people to do all these activities, and right now we have the same group of people doing it all the time. So it'd be nice to get some new people in. Simple things like our AV system here. We have a group of 4 guys who do the AV every week. It'd be great if we get another person in helping out. So those kind of simple things, if you have a few hours, let us know, and we'd really like to get some more help, and then we can continue to grow the church within this community. The other thing that's happening this year, as you probably know, and hopefully everyone knows, about our big capital campaign to build a new Dharma Center. So if you get a chance to look in the back, we have a table with some renderings of what this new center is going to look like. We're well down the path. I think we've raised over $11.5 million. So we're getting there, and so we actually expect to do groundbreaking later this year, probably either Q3 or Q4 of this year. We got some things with the city that we have to go through and things like that, but it's going very well. We're very happy with it, and hopefully we'll get some people excited about that too. I think it's part of, again, being part of this Japantown community, growing with this Japantown community. So we're excited about that. And then the other thing that maybe some of you have not heard, if some of you have not read the Dharma, we'll try to get people to read the Dharma more often, but if you haven't heard, Rinbon is stepping down at the end of this year. He's resigning by the end of this year. So we want to make sure this is a great year for him, go out with a bang. Maybe we need to get him a drone or something and so you don't have to start it by hand. I'm not sure. But so that's a big thing for us this year, too. We want to celebrate all the things that he's done for our community here. I don't even know how many years it's been, but it's been a while. And he's been involved in so many things. Even I hear stories about, our Hondo roof, the tile roof, occasionally has some issues. It has to be repaired. I guess this is years ago. Mr. Hanada, George Hanada, was up with the ropes on the thing fixing tiles, and Rinbon was sitting on the very top helping belay the rope. So he's been involved in a lot of different things here, and we're really grateful for everything that he's done. So anyway, as I mentioned, we're off to a great start. This is going to be a great year. We're really looking forward to it. So please continue to support us, and thank you very much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, it's going to be a year of change. The ministers love to talk about impermanence, as you know. Yes, Rinbon is retiring at the end of the year. Of course, that means we will be getting a new Rinbon. So several of us have been working with the bishop to find out and work on who the next Rinbon will be. So more information about that will be forthcoming in the next few months. But that's on the bishop's schedule, not on our schedule, so we'll let you know. Okay, would you all please rise now for Gatha Ondoksan 2, which is also in your program.
べし知識知識の温度を骨を砕きてもさすべし南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏 Thank you. Please be seated.
Okay, we will now continue with the installation of our officers for this year. So this not only includes those of you who serve on the Betsuin board, but those of you who are officers in any of our sponsored organizations, whether it be Scouts, YBA, ABBA, BWA, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you would all please come forward up front here, and Rinbon will lead us in the installation ceremony.
You, the newly elected officers of the San Jose Buddhist Church, in accepting office, take upon yourselves certain responsibilities for your temple and sangha. Are you ready to work for the common good? Are you determined to do your part during your term in office to share the Buddha Dharma by living a life of gratitude for the compassion of Buddha? Will you do these with all your might, without fear or favor, irrespective of class, color, and creed, and thereby help to lay the foundation upon which the future generation may build a sangha through the teachings of the Buddha? If you will take these responsibilities upon your shoulders, please repeat the following affirmation. I take office in the Buddhist Church, the San Jose Buddhist Church, realizing my responsibilities, and determined to do all in my power, to remember at all times the teachings of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Congratulations. Please face your constituents. These are your new officers. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Are there any announcements?
My name is Colin Hara,
My name is Kid Kanazawa.
and we represent.
Oh, go ahead, speak in the mic.
My name is Colin Hara,
My name is Kid Kanazawa.
and we represent Boy Scout Troop 611.
Boy Scout Troop 611 is having our upcoming E-Waste event on Saturday, January 25th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the 4th Street entrance to the education building. The flyer is in the Dharma newsletter with what is with what isn't accepted. Thank you for your time.
Boy Scout Troop 611 will also be having our annual family dinner on Saturday, March 15th. Please look for details coming out soon on ordering tickets.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kanahara. And my name is Tyson Kanazawa. We represent Cub Scout Pack 611. The pack has an upcoming Panda Express fundraiser on Tuesday, January 7th. This is a virtual community fundraiser, meaning customers can order from any Panda Express location nationwide, and the pack will receive the fundraising benefit. Please support the pack and have some delicious Panda Express next Tuesday using fundraiser code 9000157. You can order either at the pandaexpress.com or on the Panda Express app. The code again is 9000157. Thank you for supporting Pack 611.
Hi, my name is Lex.
And my name is Sarah, and we're with the Girl Scout Troop 60782.
We'd like to announce that our troop is working with a nonprofit group, One Warm Coat, to collect warm winter clothes for those in need.
We're collecting throughout January, so keep this in mind when you are retiring old coats throughout the holidays.
We will have a box in the church office labeled with a One Warm Coat flyer for you to give warm clothes to. Or you can directly give them to anyone from our 10th grade troop.
Thank you.
You've probably gotten used to this announcement by now, but first of all, make sure to turn in your laminated cards in the back would be preferable so that we can collect those. But also, we will need some people with strong backs up on the stage afterwards and some folks to help carry stuff back over to the Hondo. So after everybody's done with those shoko and we start to clean up the Onaijin, we'd appreciate the help. Thank you.
Good morning. So next week we have the New Year's luncheon. We have tickets for sale at the back. Wave, Elaine and Phyllis, back there. The deadline to order lunch is Sunday. So you could, since you're here today, go and buy your tickets today. Thank you very much.
I found this information about this movie I was just mentioning. It's called Hito Hata, Raise the Banner. Evidently, this was a big movie. It was that I don't know about. So I definitely would like to go see it, but it's about the Japanese-American experience during the war. It's actually on Sunday, February 2nd. Doors open at 2 o'clock, and tickets can be purchased online from the church website. And I think there's some flyers in the back, too, if you get a chance to pick one of those up. Okay, thank you.
Any more announcements? No. For that New Year's luncheon, the cost of that will be $25 for a regular and vegetarian meal, $5 for a personal pizza, and I think for the first time in a long time, if ever, the meal is not going to be a bento we buy from somewhere. We're actually having it made by the Aso family. So I know there's salmon and chicken in there somewhere, but Other than that, I don't know all the details. Anyway, so if you can make it, that's a week from Sunday on January 12th following the services. Okay, thank you for everyone for coming. Thank you to our ministers, Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Reverend Michael Jones, Minister's Assistant Dennis Akizuki. Our accompanist, as you've heard referred to, Mas Nishimura on the piano. Our tech crew, I'm not sure what to call them, but in order for this to be broadcast over YouTube, they have to create a system to make this happen. They do it every Sunday from the Hondo, from the temple, but to set it up here is a different deal entirely. So thank you to Paul Endo, Moss usually is helping with this, Kevin Kitagawa, and Steve usually helps with this as well. So that's that tech crew that Steve was referring to. So they are looking for people, probably younger people, who can help out. They do have one younger person, Kevin's nephew, Brandon, helps out with this as well, Brandon Uenaka. But as was mentioned, we can use help on all kinds of different levels. So if you have some skill that you think would be of value, please approach any of the board members, and we'll be happy to accept your help. Outside of that, after this service is over, as you've heard, please, if you can, help put all that stuff on the stage away. Later on, of course, we'll put the chairs away. Those of you who are regulars here, if you've done it like many of us, hundreds or thousands of times, we'll be putting the chairs away. But we have refreshments in the multi-purpose room following this. Thank you especially to the people who helped set this up. So that's Emi Tsutsumi, Gloria Amici, and Lynn Honda were instrumental in getting that set up. So thank you very much to them. That ends today's service. Hopefully, so my daughter asked last night, so did you keep your resolutions this year? And my wife and I said, no, because we didn't make any. But I kind of lied in a way, because I do make a general resolution every year. And for me, it's pretty simple. My resolution every year is to do what we did in the first Gatha we sang today, and that's basically to follow the golden chain. And so to be a better person, to think good thoughts, to do good deeds, and all that sort of thing. And so I think that's what separates the Shin Buddhists from a lot of other people, is we don't just say we're going to do things, we actually do these things. So we don't have to make a resolution to do this, because it's part of who we are automatically. So I would just encourage you to just be yourself, just be good Buddhists, and you will have a good year, hopefully. So thank you. We don't do a closing show, do we? Okay. So thank you very much. Have a great year, and hope to see you here every now and then, whether it's Sunday or any other day.